What is up? Welcome in to Driving the Line on Demand Saturday edition. My name is Alan Bell. We have a fantastic, quick little show for you here. Get you in, get you out, and about to start your weekend with all the March Madness, college baseball, and everything else in between. But before we get to that, as always, let's take a look at how we did on Friday here. And not bad. More green check marks than we have red X's. All right. See college baseball, Kentucky, Tennessee coming through, North Carolina, LSU coming through, Indiana State loses by 1 run, Washington State wins. We were 1 run away from being perfect. We'll talk more about college baseball in just a second there. Did not come through in college basketball with the March Madness parlay. Our man Soupy, 3 out of 4, well done there. Raphael, 1 out of 2, well done there. Howie Schwab, 2 out of 3, solid work as always. And the coach, 2 out of 3 as well. So a solid Friday. Now let's get to Saturday and this weekend, everything that we have on the board picks just for you. So let me pull myself up here on the screen so you can see that we're still here with you. All right. So in MLS, our man Charles Michelle has Sporting KC, LA Galaxy over 3. Sporting KC, LA Galaxy, both teams to score and over 2.5. That's minus 125. The first one is minus 120. Dejan Joveljic, I have no idea how to pronounce that name. He plays for the LA Galaxy. Anytime goal scorer at plus 215. And then Orlando City and Austin FC over 2.75 at minus 115. Saturday, college basketball. Our man Daniel Greer is on Gonzaga minus 4.5, and Creighton minus 4.5 as well. The Schwab, Howie, is on North Carolina minus 3.5, as well as North Texas plus 3.5. And I'm going to have some fun. I'm just going to put together a 4-leg money line parlay, college basketball. Tail if you'd like. Have some fun. If not, certainly understand it. So again, 4 legs, all money line, plus 200 is the payout. North Carolina money line, Arizona money line, Illinois money line, and Tennessee money line. Again, those 4 together get you plus 200. All right. Now, our man, Trent Wade, he's been crushing NASCAR, hitting winners 2 out of the last 3 weeks. This is what he has for this Sunday, the Circuit of the Americas race in Austin, Texas. Tyler Reddick, minus 150 over Kyle Larson. Ross Chastain, minus 125 over Daniel Suarez. Ross Chastain, top 5 finish, plus 150. Austin Cindric, top 10 finish, plus 100. A matchup parlay here pays out plus 220. Here's what you need to hit this parlay. Ty Gibbs over AJ Allmendinger and Kyle Busch over Daniel Suarez. Those 2 hit, pays out plus 220. Now, outright winners. So you see the units. There are 4 of these. The units all come out to 1 unit. You'll see what I'm talking about. Tyler Reddick, plus 450 outright winner at 0.45 units. Ty Gibbs, plus 1,100 outright winner, 0.20 units. Ross Chastain, plus 1,200 outright winner, plus 20 units. In Austin Cindric, plus 2,800 outright winner at 0.15 units. Again, that race is Sunday, NASCAR Circuit of the Americas. All right, let's get into it. College baseball, week 6. This is the weekend of how we started. All right, we had 3 parlays on Friday, hit 2 out of 3, almost went perfect, but almost doesn't count, baby. We got to go and we got to hit them. So, all right, Kentucky, Tennessee came through, plus 115. North Carolina, LSU, plus 125. That came through. And again, Indiana State loses. And Washington State, even though they won, parlay, loss. That would have been plus 150. Here's what we have Saturday. Going to go Wake Forest at home against Louisville, money line. And Texas A&M on the bounce back at home against Mississippi State. So Wake Forest money line, Texas A&M money line at plus 105. Going to go back to the well here. Tennessee money line, smashed Ole Miss on Friday. Think of the Bats stay alive. Let's take them at home on the money line and add Kentucky as the dance partner here on the money line as well. Tennessee and Kentucky, put those two together. That's plus 115. Kentucky survives Friday night road game against Missouri. Quite frankly, probably should have lost that game. They were up, until about the 7th inning. Missouri ties it up 3-3. They end up going into extras. In the 11th inning, top of the 11th, Kentucky scored 6 runs to win that game. And they ended up winning 9-4 there. And then the final leg, our third leg here, I'm going to go back to the well as well. Give me Indiana State money line, Washington State money line. Put those two together, plus 150. I'm going to go back to it. If this is not your cup of tea, certainly understand it. But those 3 parlays are what we're going with on Saturday. Okay, now let's jump into 2 things that we need to talk about, and then we'll get out of Dodge. So Friday night, we had weather all across basically the eastern seaboard and in the southeast as well. So we have double headers on Saturday, 3 big ones, okay? Alabama at Georgia, 12 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Vanderbilt at South Carolina, 1 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern. And then Florida State at Clemson, 1 p.m. Eastern and 4:30 p.m. Eastern. The reason why we list these is that betting doubleheaders is a little different. Now, here are just some stats, some from Major League Baseball, because quite frankly, college baseball numbers historically going back years and decades are really, really difficult to find. But just in general, doubleheaders, and this is in the major leagues, okay? Understand that. But it kind of plays out. And if you see, you can go back and look on Friday, and you can go back and look all season long last year, go back as far as you want. Kind of plays out the same. 55% of doubleheaders end up in a sweep. Go through and look on Friday. Get a lot of them. Number 2, I say Friday. I mean, that's one day. All right. Don't base all of your bets off of one day, but it kind of generally plays out the same in baseball. All right. Number 2 with doubleheaders is the games generally mirror each other. They might not be exactly the same in terms of the total runs that are scored, because you want to pay attention to the pitching, not only from game 1 to game 2, but game 2 set into game 3 on Sunday. Pay attention to teams, their bullpen usage, arms, et cetera, et cetera. But what I mean by games mirror each other is this. If you see game 1, a 4-3 win by X team, it's generally a 6-5, a 7-6. So again, it's not all the time. It's not even most of the time like some high 75, 80, percentage there, but they just kind of tend to play out similarly in terms of the margins in those games. So I say all that to say this. You might want to, if you're wanting to bet on these games right here, these 3 or any other, doubleheaders that we have, you might want to pay attention to game 1. Just get a feel for it, see how the teams are hitting, et cetera, and then go from there. Because, again, man, when you have a game that's canceled on a Friday, especially in college, especially on the road, man, you just don't know what's going to happen in game 1 on Saturday. So just something to pay attention to. Be careful there. Keep your eyes on it. But totals, Alabama, Georgia. Georgia has hit the most home runs in the country this year. Alabama, they can obviously score as well. So pay attention to game 1, the total there. Might find some gold. Game 2. Vanderbilt, South Carolina. Vanderbilt is on absolute fire right now. Now we'll see if that, continues, especially on the road against South Carolina. But you see Vandy hitting a game 1, likely going to be hitting a game 2. So pay attention there. And then Florida State at Clemson. Clemson, Clemson has done pretty much everything you've asked him to do. They've played a brutal schedule and held up ridiculously strong. That's why they're ranked 4th in the country. Florida State has not lost. Now, their competition has been a little bit different than playing at Clemson. They're on the road, but these 2 good baseball teams, man. So just pay attention to those as well. And we'll talk on Twitter, throughout the day as March Madness basketball games are going on and game 1s here are going on. We can take a look, see if we find anything for game 2. Lastly, college baseball trends of note. And let me pull myself off here. And again, I hate to throw a slide at you that's just a bunch of text, but there's some pretty good nuggets here if you want to take them with you for Saturday and Sunday. Indiana, they have allowed 94 runs over their last 8 games in total. Michigan played 6 Saturday games this season. They've lost 5 of them. Not fared well on Saturdays for the Wolverines. Nebraska, pay attention there. They've won 6 straight, and they've scored 62 total runs in that span. They are hitting at the plate. Dallas Baptist, we've talked about them the last few weeks. They've won 5 straight and won those 5 straight by a total margin of 35-11. Get this one. Arkansas, they've won 15 straight games by a total margin of 121-31. There's a reason why they're the number 1 ranked team in the country. They had a tight one Friday night against Auburn, but Arkansas can do it all. Pitch, hit, field, whatever. Whatever you want them to do, these cats will do it and do it the best in the country. That number, 121-31, is just insane. And then finally, Oregon State, excuse me, a perfect 5-0 in Saturday games this season. Virginia Tech is also a perfect 5-0 in Saturday games this year, but they played a doubleheader on Friday, so they're not playing on Saturday. But just some notes there that you might want to pay attention to and use it if it will help you along your way. All right, everybody, we will be back at it Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.